What's going on, guys? All right, well, I got another pedal for you today. This is the Danelectro Fab Metal pedal. Okay, so I picked this up used and picked it up from a pawn shop there. I gotta tell you, these guys, I remember these pedals when I was first starting out, because like this was before we had all the Amazon stuff that you could buy, all the affordable pedals there. Sorry, got a bit of a cold, but we're doing all right. But yeah, I remember like before that, this was the affordable pedal of choice for a lot of people. They used to have these little guys selling all over the place. So like last week I did a review of this Danelectro. Okay, notice the size is quite at the size difference. These were the higher end ones, okay, and they're, you know, they're metal chassis, whole 9 yards. This, it's plastic, okay, but you know, relatively durable. I'm gonna have to film it when I'm using it a little differently, just because the controls are on the side here. But anyway, I'll play a couple sounds through it. Go through guitar. I'm doing something a little different today. I'm using a new guitar I picked up, the Danelectro Custom. I don't know if they're making them anymore, but no, I think they updated them to the stadiums now. But anyway, I'm gonna use that through this, and yeah, we'll go from there. Sound good? See you in a minute. All right, folks, so like I said before, I am sitting here with my Danelectro Custom. There's my clean tone. I'm in the neck position. It's a humbucker. With this kind of pedal, I imagine I kind of want something that can handle a little higher gain. Although I'll throw on a single coil in a little bit. But anyway, here we go. And Fab Metal. All right, that is very loud. All right, let's turn the level down a little bit. Oh, I turned it down a little too much. All right, so now I've maxed the gain. That was at probably about 3/4 of the way. Okay, yeah, that hits that amp pretty hard. Sounds pretty good though for a pretty cheap pedal, and God, this thing's got to be 20 years old. Let's turn the gain down a little bit. And so there my tone was only at like 25, so let's turn it up a little bit to about half. There, you can see the red line there. My gain's at about half too. Man, that sounds pretty good. right, just for fun, I'm going to throw it in the bridge. So that's a single coil pickup, much like a Tele. Hell of a lot more bite. All right, not bad. Let's, there, I'm in the neck. All right, let's turn the tone like all the way down. This should like really mud it up. And yeah, pretty much. And just for fun, turn the gain all the way up. Down a little bit, turn the tone all the way up this time. Should be pretty trebly. Does really shoot right through you. That'll cut through the mix, no problem. All right, turn that down a little. And the gain, I actually like the gain where it is. And let's go a little down a little bit. Not sure what I was doing there, but... All right, that is the Danelectro Fab Metal pedal. I'll be back with my final thoughts in a second, but yeah, there you go. Okay, so that is the Danelectro Fab Metal pedal. Sounded pretty good. I actually liked it a fair bit. Now, I should preface this review. I'm not a metal guy, okay? Like, don't get me wrong. I like a lot of harder rock music and a lot of metal. I just don't play it much. Again, nothing wrong with it. It's just never been the style that I've really kind of gravitated towards. That said, you're going to find, like, because I really like a lot of the blues stuff, and you're going to find that a lot of, like, hard rock distortion pedals work really well for a certain type of blues sound. So all that said, overall, I'm actually pretty impressed with the sound of this. Especially for like the price that you can pick these up for. Like, I picked this thing up used for like $40. Okay. They're just fun. Now I have reviewed another pedal that is for metal. This one, yeah. And that was the MXR full bore metal pedal. And I mean, this thing is like 4 or 5 times the price of this one. And I gotta say, sound wise, I'm going for this. Sounded really good. I liked it. Now, some concerns. This plastic encasement, I gotta tell you, you know, knowing how hard a lot of those metal guys will hit things, I'm a little worried about how well this is gonna last during a show. Plus, like like the pedal part, the push down part, I'm a little worried about it. But overall, I really like the sound. I think if you're just doing like, I'll put it this way, between these two, I'm planning on keeping this one. This one I'm gonna sell. Mostly because not a metal guy. The only time I'm really gonna be using a pedal like this is in the studio, where it doesn't necessarily have to be that durable because it's just me, right? I also gotta say, like, what is it with Danelectro, okay? Danelectro has to be one of the companies with the most signature look that there is, okay? You can look at these pedals and immediately know, like, yep, that's a Danelectro. Just hats off to the designers there. They've created a signature aesthetic, which is really hard in today's, you know, oversaturated guitar market. And just by a glance, you know, like this is a pedal, but you know it's a Danelectro, even without the great big, you know, the script part where it says Danelectro. So anyway, just something I've noticed, something I get a kick out of with Danelectro. If you're looking for a decent studio pedal just for like hard rock metal stuff, I would suggest giving one of these a go. Okay, relatively affordable, won't break the bank, sounds great. Anyway, that's about it. This is Sandy Ridge Music, where tone and tech collide, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.